Here we are, getting off the Carnival Vista on our way to the country of Belize. We've been here before, but we're taking a tour to go to the Mayan ruins at Altun. It was a pretty rainy day. This was so bad that we were waiting under the cover for a little bit. We all had ponchos, which helped a lot. And this was actually the better weather that we were waiting for to be able to get out and see the ruins. Ruins are quite interesting. It was a big complex here where they had built over years. They figured the first ones that they found, there might be evidence that they were started around 800 and 900 BC. But the ruins that we're seeing were probably more like 100 AD to 250 AD. They also said they've got ruins from like 1000, the year 1000, but they started to get a little less good. They started to get a little weaker, and they figured their civilization was starting to peter out a little bit by that time, just from regional conflicts, things like that. This is about 30 miles north of Belize City, where we had originally came to port, and it's really big here, and it's beautiful. In the 1960s, this area got noticed again by the government. Here's Lidia in front of the temple to the sun god. It got noticed again. They had found some ruins, but probably didn't do a lot with it. And then it got noticed again when the villagers were pulling rocks out of here from the actual buildings to use in their own places, and they realized there was more here than what they had originally noticed, and so they started to do excavations. So here's just a little bit of the clips that we had leaving those ruins and coming back into just the general population here. The next stop on our tour is to go to lunch. We're going to go to a nice place for lunch. We usually take the tours from the ship because they're a little safer. You know you'll get back in time. They kind of guarantee that they won't leave without you if you take one of the ship tours. And you just feel like you're a little safer dealing with people they know are taking you places. So this was a real pretty place, as you can tell. They had a pond here with lily pads. Lidia really loves that kind of thing, and so that was good. The food was good. The whole tour itself cost us about $75 a person, and here we are lining up for lunch. And they served us chicken with rice and beans, real tasty. Real good. A little funny story here. Here we are on the back of the building where they had kind of like little lagoon type area. So here's Lidia standing in front of a restroom. The story is, this has happened a couple times recently. I usually follow her right up there and stand guard, just for safety purposes. I always do that. And I've been a little bit late a couple times as I'm following her up there, and I'll be standing in front of the women's restroom, and here she comes trotting out of the men's restroom. Before I finish that story, I just want to mention that now we're driving back to the port. We're going to do a little shopping there and then catch a boat back to the ship. In the port, there isn't enough room for the ship to actually dock, so we have to catch a ship. But anyway, here we are seeing some of the sights on the way back to the port. Here's a university in Belize. In fact, one time recently, we had stopped somewhere, and I had dropped her off, parked the car, went in, and was standing inside and just as we made a kind of a pit stop somewhere. And it was the first time I'd ever really seen a line of guys waiting for a bathroom. Well, it turns out she'd walked in there and just locked the door. And so she had all the stalls blocked off and no one could get in or out, which was okay. But it just, all of a sudden this lady comes walking out and the guys are thinking, okay, that's why I had to wait. So here we are back at the port. Enjoy your look around.